Welcome back, LG fans. We have a rebalance patch notes. Ivy, big and hot. Big and hot. Okay. So we have Ivy here. Ivy is getting a changed attack and health progression over promotions. Final stats are slightly increased. Second skill, now, so final stats slightly increased. Progression over promotions, like level ups, or I guess. It's attack and health progressions over promote. I'm assuming it's what, like how she levels up, or maybe goes up from 1 star to 2 star to 3 star. I don't really. I've already gone over this patch and I have no idea what some of the stuff that they're talking about. So I'm gonna try to see if I can figure it out over. And if you guys have any questions, or if you want to tell me I'm wrong or some shit like that, just leave it in the comment section. You have to subscribe, unfortunately. I'm not going to be fucking listening to people that don't subscribe. Second skill. Now triggers from poison damage rather than from the health siphon. So that's actually pretty cool because I believe she poisons like almost everybody. So enemy poison trigger deals 150 to the enemy commander. Poison triggered on enemy grants 102 to all allies. Health-wise, excuse me, and end of turn poisons 2 random enemies. So she only poisons 2 enemies, so it's not too busted, but if she starts to poison a whole bunch of characters, that's gonna like matter. So again, is this a big deal? No, I don't really think poison is in a really strong place. So I guess we'll just have to see when it happens. The patch is gonna happen, so it should be available. Should be available now. All right. Zelia here is her first skill now buffs attack to allies with resistance. I guess build a deck around some resistance characters so they can get some attack buffs. I'm still trying to make Bonita work, so maybe she can actually help like characters in the line get some buffs, and then she will also give them additional buffs. So there's some play there with Bonita. And then her third skill here now also deals 200 damage to all enemies in the third row. I guess she wasn't doing that before. I thought she was always doing that. I thought her Pierce was always doing like 200% all the way, all allies. And I guess maybe it was mitigating. I don't know. I don't run her at all. I just don't. Morana. So her health is increased by 25%. Honestly, I don't need her fucking health. I don't need her to be almost unkillable so that she can just sit there and basically kill all of my units trying to kill her. Because she's just always been a bane to almost all of my decks, unless I have some kind of like resistance immunity character in front of her as well to challenge her. And she's really powerful. She's really powerful. Third skill now triggers on ally spawn or when ally sets mercenaries health. This is the one that I'm like super confused. So buffs health to all allies except replicas. That's fine. So if we look at her on ally spawn, so as they come in, they get 465 health. Okay, all allies get 465 except for replicas, which would be nuts because if you had a replica team, you would just get like an insane amount of HP. So every turn you get an extra 465. Or when ally sets mercenaries health. I wonder if this is like a buff to buffing health. So if I buff my health, she gives me a buff. If that's the case, then she's actually going to be all about the like increasing your health, which is insane. Now, this is just lovely. Marcella and Domino are in the chopping block. Marcella she gets the slap on the wrist, bro. She gets the slap on the wrist. But Domino gets an even harder one, which is really nice. Now, instead of 6 turn, you get basically 5 free replicas, which is basically the passive. Because these little monoliths, when they go away, they increase the amount of damage. So you definitely have it slows her deck down a little bit. But the thing is that what's her name? Elaine right now is so much stronger than Domino that it doesn't really matter. She just came out, I think like a week or 2 ago or something like that, and she's just everywhere. Anyone who I go against is using Elaine, not Domino, not even Marcella. Crazy. You see everybody playing everything when you have to like get your whatever, the ones that they give you plus, like you have to win 5 times with, and after that, boom, right back to the lane. She is so strong. But Dominoes to getting a hit, which is really, really nice. Her passive skill, again, 5 instead of 6. It falls off on turn 5 instead of 6. Third skill, damage decreased by 25%. So these guys are going to hit a lot less harder, which is really good. The one that clears your board. But the thing is if you had a really, really lucky like start where you had like a bunch of replicas come out and they all died for some reason, they're still going to hit you like a truck anyway. Like there's probably nothing that's going to survive on the field. And then this one's just not going to like instantly kill you. So 6th turn, damage decreases by 30%. Monolith buffs were adjusted to better align their progression with the commander's power scaling. Sure. I'm not really sure what that means because this doesn't have any information meaning like what the actual numbers are. So I'm not even going to worry about it. It's just a feel thing, and when they change little things like that, I don't really pay attention to them. I want those freaking monoliths to die anyway, so I don't really care. So Disco Brawler, 2nd skill, attack buff decreased by 15%. That's huge. It's basically you're having a free kitty on the field with the Disco Brawlers, and I don't really think they need that because it's like you don't need to have 3 freaking kitties on turn 1 or turn 2, whenever the hell they come out, and that sucks. So for all I care, this could have been down to like only 50%. Only give your whatever, the attack buff of 15% damage or of their damage or something. Or maybe you should just give them a flat, like, I don't know, 30 damage or something like that. It shouldn't. They skyrocket with so much damage. So I'm glad that they did this, but I still think my biggest problem with Marcella is the shield should be once per character per turn. That's it. Like you can't just like I shouldn't be denied 16's costume passive because as soon as she comes in, because Marcella's like, oh, I deny your whole bullshit, that's it, and then my unit can't do damage. I fucking hate that. And then they'll also get plus 15%, and then they'll have Kitty, and they'll get another extra like million damage. It's like, and then I die that same turn. It's like, dude, all right, that sucks. I know you have to play around the thing, but that's my biggest concern with Marcella is that I just want her ability to trigger off per. She gives shields to every other unit. It should be once. Like if it lands on Guinea, it should land on Guinea once, and then you take damage. Just take fucking damage. Why is it like they need so much shielding? Get the fuck out of here. Guinea's actually very cool because she's getting an increase of damage with her 2nd skill. Her 2nd skill is attack deals 422, at least for a 5-star. Yeah, that's 5-star. So she's going to be getting a lot of power. But again, if Guinea walks into Marcella's going to be like, what are you doing? You're fucking really going to get fucked. And then her 3rd skill now summons turret not only on spawn but on death. Guinea's turret is actually pretty insane. I knew Guinea's turret had actual like abilities, but now gives attack to all enemies at the end of the turn instead of the start. Grants attack to all allies for each ally with resistance instead of only a single time. And 3rd skill, melee attacks gives resistance to all allies in the first row without resistance for 1 turn. So that's you're allowing her to give her also some play. Maybe they can work together as well. Maybe because now you have more characters with resistance. Now you don't need to have like a Mitsuki one that dies and then they all get like resistance or some shit like that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking Mitsuki off the top of my head. I know that she has it. I know that like I don't know. Victoria has it. 4th skill, ally with resistance attack heals the commander. So it's got some healing and it's got some damage to damage. I could have sworn this did damage to the player as well. It might be the 1st skill because I know there's like something dies, it deals damage. The turret usually hits the commander, which is great, but it also heals. So it's widening the gap because if you take damage, you go this way, you go negative. But if you're also making it positive, it's really hard for you to like climb that huge gap. I don't know if I did that right, but whatever. Gaia got a huge buff. Gaia got a huge buff. 1st turn skill now lasts for 4 turns. So now gains the ability for 4 turns, end of turn, poisons enemies. That is huge. You can't cleanse it. You can cleanse it once with I forget that other chick that she comes in. She's got like a light bulb or something, a light bulb staff. Zootopia, or I forget her name. And she heals you for 1. Or if you have like a Yumiko, who when you attack you can heal yourself. This guy is still doing damage. This is so good. This is so freaking good. And its first turn, Gaia is not boring anymore. Holy crap. And she's probably not going to be like what am I thinking? She's not going to be like easily like, oh, let the computer just, you can skip a turn so you don't have your best character take damage or some shit. Really good. you can outplay her by that. And then her third skill now can be activated on turn 2. So kill all wounded enemies. What? And then her 7th skill, kills all wounded enemies, is now changed. She used to have like this dumb little thing where she used to like bring in like a bunch of players or a bunch of like whatever replicas. But the thing is that who cares? That was trash. It was really bad. It was good when it first came out, but then it fell off really fast, I guess, because whatever. It's turn 7, but she can kill all wounded she opens the field. That might be really good if she has the killing blow. But you can hold this third skill for a pretty long time too. You can basically have it so that you can maybe have like a couple turns in between. Like if you last till turn like 5, you can decisively remove the entire board, do some damage, maybe have some recovery, and then live for 2 more turns, and then kill everything again after doing some damage. I mean, turn 7, usually games don't even last till turn 7 anyway, but I don't know. So they might have to bring that down to 6. Who knows? But that's pretty insane. And then Elaine, I guess there was some bug fixes on release. Elaine had a bug when a rebirth of her familiar, she would get 100% resistance. So something would die, and I guess it would, the little puck on the ground would die, and then she would get like double the resistance or some shit like that, because it would be like from now diminishing resistance would renew instead of replying twice. That will prevent her from having more than 75%. So she would have like whatever over 100 for a very long time. So they fixed that. Whatever. She's so fucking strong, and I think the problem with her is that her puck is so damn hard to destroy. I don't think the puck should get immunity, because it makes it so that you can't stop her. It's good that you're like, if it didn't get immunity, not immunity, did I say immunity? I didn't mean immunity. Resistance. It shouldn't get resistance, it should get immunity. So that like the chick with the drill doesn't freaking like destroy it. Because you want that to be her main thing. But it shouldn't have so much HP that you can't kill it. It should have immunity to, I don't know, outside sources of damage, but you can kill it by physically attacking it. So if you don't put a blocker in front of it, whatever. But it has like very, very, low HP. So if something like you can kill it, you should be able to fucking kill this thing. And it respawns. You should be able to fucking kill that thing, and you can't. And it makes it so hard to play around it, because it just stays there, and you have like a really, really two powerful units that kind of won't die, and that could be a problem. Anyway, she's beatable. I beat her all the time, but it's a pain in the ass when I have to like figure it out. it's just a pain in the ass. Anyway, so I think the biggest takeaway here, Morana, maybe some Guinea buffs, and Gaia. Gaia, I think, really good. The hammer was gifted to us. Domino and Marcella are taking a hit. Ivy, I don't know where she lands, and Zelia, I don't really know where she lands, but that was the balance patch. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next one. Peace.